Okay, sorry, that title is a little bit clickbait. This is not a product that I sold. This is a product that I almost sold. And trust me, guys, the clickbait will be worth it. This is going to be a good one. So guys, like I said, the case study of the product I almost went into. Let's check out what we're going to go over today. So we're going to go over what the product was. Okay, stick around for that. It's going to be a good one. Why I was interested in it. So what I was, what was going through my head, standing out from the crowd, and the differentiation aspect that I was going to take here. The product analysis. So, the profit margins and the ROIs and exactly what went through my head when I was doing those. The Alibaba messages. I will literally have some messages back and forth. A lot of you guys have been asking, trying to see how people talk, on Alibaba and how I do it. So that's going to be in here as well. And also why I decided against it. All right. So why am I doing this? Why am I making this video? So it's really to help you guys get into my mind and understand the process a lot better. A lot of the times people don't really, can't really grasp it until they see it. So that's exactly what I want to do. Also, I want to put your mind at ease, so you realize that it's not as difficult as you think it is. And along with all that, guys, I want to be super transparent with you guys. Besides the clickbait, that was just to get your eyes on here. But trust me, this is an amazing video, and I want to be super transparent with you guys in this one, all right? So if you guys like this, or videos like this one, and you guys want to see more like this, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. It shows me that you guys like this, and makes me want to do more of these. So let me know what you guys think after this video. All right, so to fully get into my mind, I have to explain a few things. So like I said, the whole point of this is to get into my mind and understand what I was thinking and why I was, doing the things I was doing with this product. So there's a few ways of, making a product better and actually, taking over a market. The first way, and there's three ways, and the first way is improve the product, which is my personal favorite, and it's very, very simple. So stick around for this part, guys, because otherwise the rest of it won't make sense. First thing you need to do to understand, how to improve a product is to read the reviews. And this right here is probably 99% of what I do on Amazon and the way I improve products and take over niches. I read reviews, good and bad, and I have the answers right in there from the customers on how to improve the product. So use your competition as the way to beat your competition. So another way you want to do is obviously order samples. If you want to improve the product, you want to destroy them, you want to rip them apart and just see what they can do and see how good the samples are and how good the product is. That's also going to show you a couple ways to improve it. And stay far away from imaginary ideas, unproven in the market. So, for example, even though this umbrella here looks pretty awesome, right? This is a really good way of improving a product. It's going from, regular umbrella that just, kind of blows out and breaks if the wind goes underneath it, to an umbrella that doesn't do that. While this is a super good way to improve a product and has kind of revolutionized this market, with Amazon, we actually want to stay away from huge revolutionary changes because it's just not the way to go about private labeling on Amazon. The way I have found, incredible success is to differentiate a little bit, enough to make a difference, but not to completely change it. And the reason for that is because sometimes, guys, your revolutionary idea just isn't that revolutionary. Okay, so that's how I personally love to improve products. There's a couple other ways. Bundling. You guys obviously know this, and that's just when you buy a couple products together, few things that work together, you get them in one package instead of buying them separately. So you can do this with stuff that is couple bestsellers, 2 bestsellers in that market, put them together, makes a good bundle. Or something like these light bulbs here, you can sell the string lights, which again did really, really well on Amazon, or you can sell them the string lights with the bulbs. That's another bundle. So that would be considered an all-in-one solution. String lights with the bulbs. It's a no-brainer. I know myself, I'd want to buy the bulbs with them, especially if you want to have a bunch of different ones like this. It's really cool to not have to go out and buy 5 different bulbs for your string lights to get this look. You kind of just get it all in one bundle. So that's that. But bundling can also have a dark side. And the reason that that's the case is because sometimes people bundle, but they don't do their research and they don't really understand what the customer is looking for, and they make a bad bundle with no value added. That can completely ruin a product and completely ruin your chances of success on Amazon. So this is something that I, stay away from a little bit. I don't love to bundle. It can also be difficult to kind of coordinate with your manufacturers, but really there are a lot of people who make a lot of money with bundling. Okay, so that's the second one. Now the third one, and my absolute least favorite to do, I hate doing this one, and I'll explain more about why later on in this video. But basically, it's about visually, having a product that's visually different. So if your competitors are selling blue, sell black. If your competitors are selling with no patterns, sell with patterns and designs and stuff like that, right? So anything that changes the look of the product visually, but not functionally. And like I said, my preferred way to differentiate, my preferred way to stand out is to improve the product functionally. All right, so this is my least favorite. I absolutely hate it, and I'll explain why in a little bit. So now that we went over that, all right, the product I was looking to sell about 6 months ago was, drumroll, beeswax food wraps. And if you guys haven't heard of this product, it was a great product about 6 months ago. And basically what it is just, kind of a, organic way, I guess, to a healthier way to wrap your foods, so you don't have to use plastic bags and stuff like that. So you're not wasting and, I guess, adding garbage to, the world. So you're just being you're just being kind of a responsible person. And it goes on with that whole, renewable resources and energy and all that stuff, and kind of not wasting and stuff. So it was a great trend, and it's a trend that's going to continue far into the future. And it's something, that was making a ton of money on Amazon. The particular one that I wanted to sell, so there are many variations. The particular one I wanted to sell was this one right here, and it was selling for $42, and we'll go into more of it in just a second. So why did I want to sell this beeswax food wrap? So it was, at the time, 6 months ago, it was making more than $30,000 a month with less than 50 reviews. And even right now, I went on it just to make this video for you guys, and I can see that this same, food wrap is making 30,000, and now it has 111 reviews. So it's still not that many reviews, but it's making an absolute killing. Okay, so that's the first reason, obviously, why I want to do it. The Jungle Scout looked absolutely amazing. So once Jungle Scout looks amazing, you want to check out, the niche. How is everyone else doing in the niche? Now, in this case, they're still doing really good, but so this was taken, literally today. But back then it was even better. Right now there's a lot more sellers in it, and I'll explain, about that in just a little bit. But basically the market looked amazing. There's one guy here who was making 160,000. He has 800 reviews, but he wasn't selling the same thing that I wanted to sell. All right. So logical step. The next thing we do is go to Alibaba and check out how much this is going to run me, like how much this is going to be. So I found the exact same one that I was looking for just now, about $2 to $4. This is about the price that I was seeing everywhere in Alibaba, the kind of prices that they show. But like most of us know, the prices that they show are clickbait, and they just want you to contact them because then, they add a little price, here and there. There's just different costs that come up. So that was fine. I wanted to see what the profit margin was going to be. That's the next logical step. Everything looked great, but I need to see, how much money there really is to be made here. So quick profitability check, before I even contacted them, I wanted to see a quick, rough estimate. If you guys watch the channel, you guys know that I love to do this to even see if the product's going to be able to, turn a profit. But good news is here that since the product was $42, there's a lot of room to play with. So let's say the product was $6, and that was just a total guess. It said $2 to $4. I always go a lot more than that just to be safe. Shipping cost, I said $2. It's small and light, comes into this tiny package right here. So it shouldn't have been too much, but again, I like to go overboard with this just to see. And the product price, I put it to $37 because if you guys watch the channel, you know that I always am a huge, I love coming in with a premium option. I love coming in with that, but when you are first launching and you're trying to compete with someone who has 50 reviews, 100 reviews, whatever, 200 reviews, you need to start off slow. Amazon is a game of social proof. And if you have no reviews or you have very little reviews, no one's going to care how premium you are because there's not enough social proof to show them how premium you are. So basically, you'd have to come in lower and potentially raise your price later. That's what I was planning to do. So I wanted to come into this niche with a $37 price tag to compete with this guy. He was selling 42. I was going to come in at 37, and even at $37, it left me with a $20, profit margin, which was more than I could ever imagine. That was an amazing profit margin and an incredible ROI. Continuing with the why, beeswax food wrap, I obviously now needed to, now that I understood that the product was something viable, I needed to understand how I was going to differentiate and how I was going to stand out from the crowd and be different. So I looked in the reviews, like I said, my absolute favorite way to do it, and I found 2 particular reviews that kind of kept recurring. It was a recurring theme with these products, and if you guys didn't notice, the product was a 4.5 star. So if I could get the product to a 5 star, that would have going to be my goal. If I could get it to stay at a 5 star, that would be perfect. So the way I did that, or the way I was planning on doing that, was to go into the reviews and seeing what people said about it. So the first one that kept occurring said, I thought that this product was great when I first started it, but after 2 uses, I washed with detergent and air dried it. There was little crumbs of beeswax, and basically was just saying that the beeswax wasn't holding up well, and kind of the coating was coming off, and it was just not good at all. So that was a quality problem, something that was, something that I definitely had to figure out. Now, the second problem was that it didn't stick to the stuff very well. So people, realized that, after a few uses, this thing wasn't sticking to itself well. So you couldn't really wrap the foods very effectively with it, which is, again, a problem, right? So I quickly, realized that those 2 things needed to be solved, and I could easily solve them with minor solution, minor kind of little things. So differentiation proven. My first thought, okay, is this thing right here. So there's this little button and a string. And the reason obviously I came up with this, I was looking at the market, I was studying it, and I came across this product, okay? And it was basically the only one who had this at the time. And it was just a little button and a string. And basically what you would do is you would, fold it up, scrunch it, and then you tie it with the button, and then just like kind of, tie it around. And I was like, wow, genius. Okay, I can implement this, this button into my pack here and have it on every single one, not just on one, but on every single one, because I'm assuming that you'd probably want that on more than just one. If that improves the quality, and if that improves the fact that it can, keep it closed, and then that's a good thing. So that's how I was going to stop the thing from opening. Now, looking back at it, okay, there was another significant improvement that I didn't think of at the time, and would have been a very, very good thing if I had thought of it. So looking back at it, this was a great differentiation. So again, this is someone who is selling right now, literally right now. If you type it in, you can find this person. They're selling very well. And they did a similar differentiation to what I was going to do. So they have the button here with a little design, very nice. And on top of that, they have a wax, piece. It looks like soap, but it's basically like a wax bar that you can wax up the wrap, so that it lets you be able to use it for longer. So if it does kind of clump up and wash away, you can just reapply and have a much longer lasting wrap. So in hindsight, right, looking back at it, this is not something that I saw. This is not someone that was selling there, but this is an absolutely amazing differentiation, and this would have solved both issues. Both the problems would have been solved easily like this. But again, I wasn't the one who thought of this, and this guy wasn't there at the time. Let's continue with the why beeswax wrap, okay? So now that I had, come up with the idea of having the, the button, my first initial thoughts were, let's go and see if they can get me a better quality wrap, right? I didn't think about the wax bar. I just thought maybe the quality wrap isn't that great. So maybe we can get a better one, and maybe that would solve the issue. I'd get some samples, play around with it, and see what's up, right? So what I did is I went to Alibaba, and I started contacting a ton of people, and this is kind of what I sent them. And if you guys want to get kind of a template to contact suppliers, then all you have to do is join the free Facebook group, okay? So I'm gonna plug it here because this seems like an amazing time. And I also am gonna take this opportunity to thank every single person in the Advanced Amazon FBA Soldiers group for getting us to 2,500 members. So we just broke 2,500 members. Absolutely insane. Thank you guys so much. And I hope that we can continue growing and building a community with, a bunch of like-minded entrepreneurs. So that's absolutely awesome. And I'm so grateful for that. All right. So if you guys are watching this video and you haven't joined it, then join it right away. And you can also go into the file sections once you get in. You can go into the file section, and there's a ton of templates there for free that I made for you guys, so you can use it and, help yourselves in, the Amazon process. So you can get, the template here, and you can also join the group and be a part of that. So that's absolutely awesome. So let's go back to the Alibaba stuff. So don't get overwhelmed here. There's a lot of stuff here, but don't worry. Basically, I sent that stuff and I got a couple answers back. The average price that I was getting back was about 5.4 USD per set, which, wasn't bad at all. But that was before the differentiation with the button and a few other things I wanted to do. So that was that. Then I also got the quote for shipping, and the shipping was about, for 1,000 units, it was about $600. So after that, I plugged it into the Amazon FBA calculator, and it was about $750 after what I wanted. And the shipping cost was only 60 cents per unit, which was amazing, right? And it left me with a $20 margin, which is still absolutely incredible when you're selling a product like this. It was just really cool. But there was still a couple of problems, right? The first problem was I didn't think that the button and the string itself was a big enough differentiation to solve the problem, right? It solved one of the problems, but it didn't solve the one about it, crumbling and stuff like that. And number two was I had to create a design that sells. And remember, guys, I talked to you guys a little bit about creating, different designs and how that is my least favorite way of differentiating. So I had to come up with a design because obviously this is a very, colorful product and the design is very important for a product like this, which already turned me off a little bit, but I wasn't going to let that be the reason why I didn't do it. So a reason why I don't like differentiating with designs is because some designs sell well. And as you can see here, I wouldn't think this design would sell well, but clearly, it does. It sells really good for that. And some designs just don't sell, right? And it sucks, but what can you do, right? So that was, that's basically the biggest reason why I did not, why I don't like going into design kind of differentiations. So after countless answers like this about improving the quality of the food wrap, so people are telling me, every supplier is basically telling me, sorry, we cannot help on this issue, sorry, we cannot do that, this is the only kind of, quality we have, blah, blah, blah. And obviously, like I said, I did not think of a wax wrap, of a wax, soap bar that could just, wax it up again and kind of increase the quality of the product and, get you better reviews. I didn't think of that at the time. So I decided against it, right? Looking back at it, it would have been a good product, right? So to be fair, it would have been a really good product. And I think that it would have brought in at least $5,000 to $10,000 a month in, I would say, even profit. Like, to be honest, at $20 unit, I think I could make at least $5,000 profit with this product. But as of right now, if you're interested in going to the product, I can help you guys now because the product is too saturated right now. So if you go into the market, there's a lot of people selling it and there's a lot of people going into that market. So hopefully, I saved some of you guys in there. Don't go into this product. It's starting to get saturated and it's not something that you want to go into. Now, 6 months ago is a completely different story. So 6 months ago, I would have had a good foothold in the market. But that's basically my story about the beeswax food wrap and why I didn't go into it, why I almost did. And I want to give you guys, before you leave, a few things to take away from my story. Okay, so the first one is join the Facebook group. No, I'm kidding. Okay, it's not actually that. So the first thing is sometimes don't be a baby, right? Don't be a baby and just take that leap of faith. I know a lot of people are scared to do it, but sometimes you just do. And in this situation, I had a lot going on with my life and business and stuff. I decided to set it aside, even though in reality, I probably should have went for it. And just kind of done what I had to do there because I think it would have been a good product. And the second thing is that there is no perfect product. If you guys watch my videos, if you guys, subscribe to the channel, I always say there's no such thing as a perfect product. There's always going to be something wrong or not right about going into one. And you just have to find the closest thing that you can to perfect, okay? And the third thing, look to improve functionality of the product over everything else, okay? It's the best way of differentiation. Even though this product would have been good, it's the best way of differentiating is by improving the product. And the last one is sometimes it just takes some thinking and some creativity. And as you guys can see on the right here, I have the guy. He thought of it and he did it and he's making an absolute killing on Amazon now. And he's a pretty new seller. So someone like this, absolute genius, did really, really well. And sometimes it just takes some, hard work and some creativity, and you guys can get anywhere you need to be going. All right. So case study over, guys. If you liked it, please like and consider subscribing. Click this button underneath the video, okay? And then also click the notification bell. That's gonna, notify you every time I make a video. And also leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about this kind of, video, and if you want to see more of them like this, because I have a lot of products that I didn't go into. I'm always doing product research stuff, and I can make so many of these case studies to help you guys better understand how to get into my mind. So guys, if you did enjoy that, leave a comment, like, subscribe. It really is the only way that I know to make more videos like this. So that's pretty much it. I will see you very, very soon. Later.